How do you connect with the name Sean?
My name is Anna.
Your name's your name's Jessica.
Yeah, but the girl that told me to book with you loved you and said you could even tell him a different name. You should tell him a different name, and he's so good that he's gonna know. My legal name is Sean Marie.
Why would he show me a popcorn kernel?
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my God. When he was in like the fifth grade, he he was in the bathroom and he was like, Mom, I have something on my asshole, basically, and it's hurting me and you have to see what it is. And then when he was wiping, he was like, it's a popcorn kernel. It was stuck and scratching me. And this is crazy, but I literally said to myself today, send me a message that even if it's gross and farty and like totally you, send it to me so that I know this is you. And when you said that, I was like, you are joking me, because he would joke and crack everybody up in the most inappropriate ways.
Is there an Ed or Ted? Ed?
There's an Ed. His grandfather's name is Ed. Travis called him Pop, but his name is Ed. Everyone else called him Pop Ed.
What do you call him?
Pop. Did you put that down there?
I put pop kernel because that's why one message can mean multiple things. Alyssa, something with an A and an S.
Alyssa, my son's first real girlfriend, and I've gotten really close with her since he passed away, and I've been talking to her all the time since the funeral.
Well, he must have been really blunt or straightforward, because I'm gonna honor his energy, and don't give me a bad review for this one. But he's like, I know I died, Mom, but look at all the people that came into your life. And I get a little emotional, I apologize, and look at the way they came in. Because if that didn't happen, the Alyssas and Cassies of the world wouldn't have been there in the way they are. But I feel like he wants to come through to say, like, I want you to live in the moment that you're given and not worry about the past or the future. It's almost like and I've never, even as a medium and all that I've never known what that meant. Seize the day, it means.
He worried his entire life away.
Okay. Well, then
from the time he was a small boy to the time that he died, he worried. And he used humor to get through, but he worried himself at times sick. And when he passed, we all felt like he wasn't worried anymore.
So it would be a validation that is true, but also for you to seize the day.
Because I do the same thing.
Okay. Well, then I guess that's his way for you to seize every day and be thankful that you're here. And it's hard without him physically here, but you also have a purpose, and part of that is giving back and volunteering. There is something about M&Ms that's coming through. You can get that. There are twins. Are there twins in the family?
His father's family had identical twin boys that passed very young, like Travis. Oh my God, did you say M&M?
Yeah.
The twins' names are Malcolm. 2 M names. I can't think of the Malcolm for sure, and another one. And they died young. We read about them in journals that we found in a house that we bought that had been in the family for many, many years.
Why would he mention lettuce? Who's dieting and just like only eating like lettuce?
Me, because in the past 4 years, I lost like 60 pounds and I started running and stuff. And he would always say to me, Mom, why don't you just eat something? Like, he'd come to my house and be like, I hate this. You have no fucking snacks here anymore. Like,
so
what do you live on lettuce?
You're 5 months from the biggest, most difficult thing any human being can go through. And you're here and you're doing okay. And you're still able to do what you need to do. And it's hard and it's sad and you cry. And I could see all the things you go through every day, but you do it. And to me, this is a little less about the dieting and more about eating right. I mean, because you could let yourself go, but you're not. You could you could go eat burgers and fries and crawl on your couch all day, but you're not. Sometimes you want to, and sometimes you do, but most of the time you don't, and you're good about it. So it's good. You understand this? And he's as much as he made fun of you, he's kind of being a little more serious of like, keep it together because you can keep it together because you have been keeping it together. What if I said Big Red?
His friend Steven has a huge big red beard, and they call him Big Red. My son called him Big Red, and he was my son's longest friend. Like, they were literally in diapers together, and then
Yes.
through their adulthood.
Do you have a Christian background?
Yes.
There's a verse that talks about moving mountains. It's Matthew 21. There is something greater. You can call it God. And I feel like this time in your life is a time to either turn away from God or turn to God. And I think you chose the latter. And I feel like you chose faith over fear. And he wants to validate that through moving mountains. Like,
yeah, we all have, actually. Even my oldest daughter, who wasn't really big into religion, has turned to prayer. And my middle daughter Jill and I have both been attending church regularly for a few years, and Travis would always like roll his eyes at it, and so would my daughter Nicole. But we've all turned towards that, and I rely on it every day to get me out of bed.
yeah, and I feel like he's congratulating you because when you died, we all go home to what you call God, and he already knows it now,
Yeah.
but you here in the physical, a lot of people who have had a child transition can actually turn away, but he wants to mention your faith and how you've turned towards him. And that's why he mentions the moving of mountains, returning and keeping that faith, because God's going to use you to do all those good things like the volunteering. And also you're the rock for that's why that okay, so building your house on rock, Matthew 7:24, is you're the mom, obviously, but you're going to be the rock even for your ex, because I feel like there's going to be a time where he's going to need you too, because people are going to see you and the faith you have, and they're going to question how you can have that faith when it's God who took away the child. In reality,
I did question my faith at first, and I was angry, and I didn't go to church for a bit, and I was questioning my faith, and I felt like exactly what you said. Like, I'm either going to completely lose this and lose the happiness the remainder of my life, or I'm going to find the strength to overcome it. And it's funny that you mentioned my ex, because people will say to me all the time, like, well, he this or that. And I always say my heart goes out to him, because I know that he's hurting too. And I know that I couldn't imagine what he must be feeling. We're not close anymore, but
yeah.
I see him and feel sorry for him, and I pray for him.
Yeah. And I always tell people that's why I do what I do, because people like you 5 months later can sit there with some smiley memories that we've had tonight that other people can't even think about doing anything for years. And the reason you've been able to do that is because of your faith. It's not often that I get the Colonels and the Big Reds. It's not often. You might get one of those every 7 or 8 sessions, where one of those, like, I can't believe he said that.
Mm-hmm.
That credit goes to your son, because we as mediums can put ourselves in the position of allowing them to connect through us to give you that healing and love and grief support. But for it to actually happen, it has to come from them. And to answer your question earlier, that means he's in a really good place.
I'm so thankful.
How did that make you feel when you hear that? Like, that type of validation, does it make you feel good that he's okay? I know it makes you miss him, but does it, because some people say like, oh, when you channel a child, it's like some demonic spirit trying to fool you. But like, I've done 3,500 plus sessions, and I know it's beautiful and love. But if he is in a good enough place to give me an impression of something that specific, doesn't that make you feel good to know that he's okay?
Yes, because he's only been gone for 5 months, and I've been feeling like he's lost. But recently I've been feeling like he's at peace. Like, I'm able to think about him, and I go to his grave site almost every day, at least 5 days a week. It's right across town from where I am, and and I'm able to sit there and feel like he's with me, but he's like peaceful.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I talked to you.
Did he like wink or something, or like was it a wink? Oh, okay. Okay.
He'd be like, gotcha.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
he's leaving with that just to kind of say that he's never leaving you. I'm always
You know,
yeah.
that's
Okay.
me. I'm good.
Okay.